iPhone madness.
Hey, what's going on? Happy New Year, everybody. I'm Noah from PhoneDog.com. That's me in the photo there playing one of the best video games ever. The old school Atari football. I don't know if you remember this game. It's got trackballs, black and white screen, X's and O's. But I was just out in Santa Cruz, California for a little vacation. They had this at the arcade and on the boardwalk, and this is really one of my favorite games ever. Unfortunately, the one there, one of the trackballs was broken, and it was my trackball, so I got my butt kicked. But that's all right. Great game. Anyway, that's me, and this is perhaps my favorite iPhone game ever. Rolando. It might be pronounced Rolando. I don't know. I like saying Rolando, though. This is our little review of Rolando, and it really is, I think, the best iPhone game I've ever played. I haven't played all of them, so, if you have another favorite, definitely let us know. Hit us up in the comments, hit us up over on PhoneDog in the forums, and let us know what your favorite game is. But Rolando, I think, is the best iPhone game I've ever played, and I'm going to tell you why. You can play it on iPhone, you can play it on iPod Touch, you can play it on the new iPhone or the old one. I've got it here on the first-gen iPhone running the newest firmware. And there are a couple things that I like about Rolando in particular. First of all, it's fun to play, which is the most important thing, right? The graphics are good. They're cute. They're not like trying to be all, like super high-tech graphics, but instead they're really well done. You can see the kind of, faux 3D thing happening there and the kind of, flash-type artwork and that kind of thing. The second thing that I really like about this game is that it's built for iPhone. It takes advantage of iPhone's strengths, which are the multi-touch display and the built-in accelerometer. It's not trying to take, like a side-scrolling platform game or first-person shooter or whatever, and make it work on a phone that doesn't have any buttons for gameplay. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. There are some games that make that work fairly well. But what's cool about this is it was really built from the ground up for iPhone. One of my biggest frustrations with iPhone, iPod Touch gaming is that there aren't any buttons. And when you're playing, a shoot-'em-up game or a sports game or something like that, me personally, I sometimes really miss the buttons. What you do here, and actually, you know what? I am going to go back and turn the sound on because it's got a pretty cool soundtrack, so you're going to want to hear that. Basically, the idea of the game here is you're controlling this little dude with your finger, and you're just kind of moving around the screen, doing all this different stuff. Here we go. It's got this hip little soundtrack, good sound effects. And so on each board, each level, it just kind of tells you, what you need to do. So we'll go back to the beginning level here. Hello, Rolando. Swipe your thumb upwards to make it jump. And so here we go. Tells you what to do, and so you tilt it to get the guy rolling. And then you swipe to make him jump, and while he's in the air, you can, you can control him, collect your diamonds, move up, jump all around, that kind of stuff. What you'll find out later in the game is you can pan around. And so it is kind of, oh, there's a siren. It is a little bit reminiscent of games like, like Sonic, like a slower going Sonic, or like, the original Mario, that kind of stuff, because it is a, platform game, side-scrolling and stuff. But I just think it really makes nice use of the iPhone and iPod Touch controls. If you played a game like Super Monkey Ball Banana Blitz or Katamari, I Love Katamari, it can be a little bit difficult to control. And I think that these guys really got the game control, the gameplay and the actual controlling of the characters. They got it right, and it really works well with what iPhone is good at, plays to its strengths. So here's your little in-between level. You can pause at any time. You're collecting points. You're trying to complete each level in a certain time. But also, if you don't complete it within the time, you can still complete it, and you can just try it again if you want to try to get the extra bonus of beating the challenge time. So, you know, it doesn't, for me, a game like Super Monkey Ball got really frustrating because it was very difficult. I'm not an expert gamer. Some of you are saying like, oh man, that was easy, I solved it in half an hour. Well, good for you, but I didn't. So a game like that might be frustrating for some people, whereas I think a game like this, you know, it's got the extra challenges, got plenty of boards, you can try to beat the challenge time if you're an expert, and if you just want to play it kind of casually, you know, for somebody like me, it's really fun. It'll automatically save every time you start the game, which is great, and as you can see, I was able to go back and redo the old levels, or get up here. This is the level that I'm currently at, Mount Rollmore. And again, each level tells you what to do. So if I haven't played the game in a couple weeks, you know, I come back and it reminds me of how to do stuff. Gives you a little tutorial of how the level goes. And it's got all these little clever things. Like on this level, you know, it's got this little fan you need to hold to solve the level. It's got multiple Rolandos, so you can control them all at once. You know, which is handy on some of these harder levels. You can pan around the screen so you can kind of see everything going on at the same time. And here's my little fan I need to get going. And then I've got my little doorway to open up. I've got a shadow dude under there, so I'm going to lose all my Rolandos. But that's alright, because this is just a demo for your sake. And so there you go. A little look at Rolando. It's not cheap. It's 10 bucks. You can buy it from the App Store. Official Apple App Store app. It's not a jailbroken app or anything like that. Again, works on iPhone or iPod Touch. And, you know, those of you who've gotten the game and have played it further along than I have, maybe you can hit us up again in the comments or the Phone Dog forums and let us know, you know, how many levels are there when you get further along. You know, does it get harder? And what do you think? Worth the 10 bucks? For me, I think a really entertaining game, and again, one of the best made iPhone games. The best one that I've played because it's really built for iPhone and is really fun. It's got a fun soundtrack too. So there you go. It's Rolando. It's me, Noah from PhoneDog.com. In fact, maybe I like it because Rolando kind of looks like me. A little round, bald head with glasses on and stuff. I don't know. Anyway, we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.